Our steak paradise journey begins here in the Windy City, where there's one thing the locals covet almost as much as a Cubs World Series title: a great big juicy steak from Gene and Georgetti's.
The best steak I ever had.
Perfect. It is delicious.
Steak is very synonymous with Chicago. It's a steak and potatoes kind of town, Chicago and all the areas around it.
It's just fabulous. It's just fantastic.
The steaks here are so good because they are cooked to perfection.
For dinner, I had the small filet mignon. It was the biggest small filet mignon I've ever seen. Fabulous.
There are plenty of places to find a fabulous cut of beef in the Windy City, but Gene and Georgetti's exemplifies the classic steakhouse, giving patrons the taste and feel of old Chicago.
You sang me your song.
This is the original Italian steakhouse. It's the first. They all copy. You get pasta, spinach, steaks. It's the original, and it's still the best. I come here 2-3 times a month.
You get a man-sized cut of whatever type of meat that you want. I'm not trying to be sexist, but it is a great steakhouse for men. It's a great place where guys go before ball games.
This is true Chicago. If you want to really see Chicago, you have to come to Gene and Georgetti's.
Founded in 1941 by Gene Michelotti and Alfredo Georgetti Federighi, the steakhouse has been a Chicago institution for over 6 decades and is still a family-owned affair. Marion Durpetti runs the restaurant with her husband, Tony.
My father was Gene of Gene and Georgetti, and I grew up in the restaurant, and I would come in here with my mother for dinner. Everything is the same from when I was a little girl, and we've been here for 65, 66 years. It is an old school restaurant.
Gene and Georgetti's is the oldest family-owned steakhouse in the city of Chicago.
Tony wasn't born into the family, but grew up down the block from the restaurant, and fate brought him here for the first time when he was just 7 years old.
As a little boy, I used to go down to the corner of the restaurant and open the door for people to make tips. That's the little boy, that's me in the corner. The guy throwing me out is my father-in-law, Gene Michelotti, the founder of the restaurant, who would always tell me to get lost, okay? So I got lost, but came back the next night and continued to open the door for people.
The mural was put up in 1997 as a tribute to Gene, a man whose presence still holds strong at the restaurant today.
He was an incredible man who worked every day with his high white apron, cigarette in one hand, martini in another, barking orders out to the people who worked for him, who loved him. So he created this oasis of happiness here.
You could tell by our waiters that they're old school. It's one big family.
Do F&F?
Yeah. Regular customers all have their own special waiter. They call up and they arrange their reservations and ask for Joe or Orpheus or this one and so on, and they want to sit at one of the front tables.
I know the wait staff well. They're great. It doesn't change very much here.
The great steaks and familiar atmosphere at Gene and Georgetti's has made them a favorite of locals, tourists, and even for celebrities passing through the city.
My all-time hero was Joe DiMaggio, and he used to come here occasionally. Lucille Ball would eat here with her entourage.
Frank Sinatra, his plane stop here at Midway Airport to pick up steaks to bring back to his home in Palm Springs.
Celebrity sightings in Gene and Georgetti is almost an everyday occurrence.
Well, Russell Crowe had a T-bone steak, which is a 32-ounce steak, and finished it, which surprised everybody at the table.
The biggest stars at Gene and Georgetti's are, of course, the juicy, succulent steaks that fly out of the kitchen at a rate of about 200 a day. And the secret is all in the preparation. The steak world is divided into 2 major categories: those who dry age and those who wet age. Chicago is a wet-aging town.
We use wet-aged beef instead of dry-aged. The difference is dry-aged, it's hung by itself, and then it gets crusty on both ends. It's just dry-aged. It looks dried out when it's ready to be cut. Wet aging, it's in its own juices, and there's no waste to it.
The vacuum-sealed, wet-aged meat is left to age in the refrigerators for 3 weeks. Then it's ready to cut. Head chef Mario Navarro loves this new process.
The wet age, look at how beautiful it is, how fresh, how red, how marbling. So that's the difference. Thanks God they make this kind of beef now. The marbling of the meat is the quality. You don't need to put nothing on. Just plain broiled is the quality of the meat.
The famous flavor of Gene and Georgetti's steaks doesn't only come from the aging process, but also from the char. And a good charbroil requires some of the world's hottest ovens. We're talking 1,300 degrees of hot.
Normally, broilers that come from the factory are 700 to 800 degrees, and ours are modified accordingly. That's what makes the char of the steak. Char the outside, juicy on the inside.
Master broiler Mario has watched over these ovens for decades and still has an unstoppable passion for cooking.
My steak is gonna go to the table beautiful, very tasty. So this is the best. Just I'm gonna teach you the secret to use the fork. Never pinch in the center, always in the tail. Because if you pinch in the center, it's like you make a flat tire. All the juice is gonna disappear from the steak.
Perfect steaks need perfect sides, and Mario also has a secret for making delectable cottage fries and onion rings. Beef fat.
You see how they beautiful comes. Golden crispy. That's the way it comes, and very tasty. All right?
The cottage fries, oh, they're terrific. I mean, I probably shouldn't eat them because there's too many calories in them, but how can you refuse?
From the amazing steaks and deep-fried cottage fries to the staff that's been serving it all up for decades, Gene and Georgetti's is a place where time has stood still, and that's the way people like it.
The all going overhead and all, it was just like I was in a movie script in Chicago.
If you're going to eat one last meal before you're going to pass away, you'd come to Gene and Georgetti's, and you'd enjoy it.
Gene and Georgetti! All right, good. Here, here.